Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Fandom Week at Red Deer Public Library. Now, for those of you who don't know, Fandom is whatever you like. You could like Harry Potter, you could like Paw Patrol, it doesn't matter, whatever you are a big fan of. Professor Snape is a big fan of Archie comics, so I am making him a pencil holder. So easy. You just take your Archie comics and or whatever other one you like, cut out the pictures, use a little bit of glue mixed with some water, paint it on top, and you can make a pencil holder or you can make a really cool box. Now, the other thing that we can do for Fandom Week is, if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you can make a Hobbit House, and all you need is a container with some dirt. You can use a jar, or you can use a toilet paper roll, you can even use a sponge, and you just set it up so that it sticks out a little bit, and then you're going to add dirt, and you want the dirt to go over top of everything. And then you can kind of pat it down over top of your jar or whatever. So there's a little bit of a mountain, and that's where your house is going to be. And then what you want to do is you want to add grass seed, or you can use seeds from sprouts, and just put your grass seed in. Go this way so you know where if you want to put a door. So this can either be a Hobbit house, you're going to water your seeds, keep them damp and in the sun, and your grass will grow. You can decorate it if you want. You can use it as maybe a secret hideout for your superheroes, or maybe it's a cave for your dinosaurs. Whatever you want it to be, you can do that. Now, I hear Professor Snape coming, so I must get finished, and I believe Miss Deb would like all of you muggles to join her, so be off with you.
Hello, I'm Miss Deb, Youth Services Coordinator at Red Deer Public Library. Today I'm going to show you a simple craft you can make for a character from one of your favorite fandoms. You could make this craft with a toilet paper roll, but as it's summer, nothing says summer to me quite like a pool noodle. So we're going to use pool noodles as the base or body of our characters. Their first step is to ask a grown-up, because they'll need to use a sharp tool, we don't want any injuries, ask a grown-up if they can cut a chunk from a pool noodle that you have. Choose whatever color of the character you want to build, or you can decorate it if you don't have the color you need. So these are some examples. This one's been cut like this. So this orange one, you'll notice it's flat on top. So you can leave it that way if you want, just like our Hulk character was done. Or if you use scissors, you can round them a little more like some of our other characters. And all you're going to do is take your scissors and trim those corners, however much you want. And now it looks a little bit more rounded, right? So your next step is to draw on features, whatever features you want, using markers. I used permanent markers because they were a little bit wet, so I covered my surface because you don't want to get a lot of stain on your tabletops. I don't think your grown-ups would appreciate that. But you can also use washable markers. Just be careful, as they may not dry as nicely onto your character, and so you might get some on your hands. So your choice. Then you're going to draw on facial features and any other parts that you might want to add with markers. So for example, our Harry Potter, we drew on his scar, his face, we colored in his hair, and we actually used markers to make his robe and his Gryffindor scarf. But for the features like his arms and his wand, that's where we used paper, and then we just used regular glue. Just hold it on there so it stays really well, and we colored and glued on his arms. Some of the other characters have more parts colored and glued on, like our Stitch. So we made ears and arms for him. And our baby Yoda, instead of coloring his robe, we used brown paper, construction paper. So have a look at what colored paper you have at home, or what you want to color on white paper and glue to your character. It's up to you. If you like, you can design your own pieces for your characters, cut them out and glue them on. So there's another ear for a Stitch. Or we did put a template with our activity sheets for this week that looks like this, that has some of the pieces of the characters that I've created from each of these fandoms. So we have a Harry Potter, we have a Stitch, there's a Baby Yoda, there's a Hulk, and of course there's a Pikachu. So you can look online to find pictures of them to help you design how their faces might look, or their backs or tails, and then you can finish off your characters. So don't forget to check out some of the other great activities we have on the activity sheets for this week, as well as some amazing books. We have lots of great book lists for this week for each of the fandoms that you might belong to. So for example, if you're a big fan of Percy Jackson, there's some great books you might enjoy for that. Or there's some Disney, there's some Marvel, there's some superheroes, lots of great choices. So check those out, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.